Many older adults start their mornings the same way, waking up with stiff joints, a heavy body, and muscles that feel half asleep.
The first few steps out of bed can feel like walking through mud. That stiffness isn't just discomfort. It's the body's quiet signal that circulation has slowed and the muscles are losing their elasticity.
After 60, the fibers that once kept our muscles firm begin to weaken. Blood flow to the limbs decreases, and the nerves that tell our muscles to wake up don't respond as quickly. But
this is what doctors call morning rigidity, the moment when our body and brain are out of sync. It's the reason so many seniors say, "I need a few minutes before my legs start working."
But here's the good news. You don't need a gym, weights, or complicated routines to change this.
With just a few minutes of gentle stretching each morning, you can literally wake your muscles up again, improve oxygen flow, restore nerve communication, and rebuild the strength that age tries to take away.
Japanese rehabilitation specialists often say, if the morning begins with movement, the whole day begins with life.
And they're right. The way we move in our first 10 minutes after waking sets the rhythm for the entire day. Blood starts flowing faster, balance improves, and the brain receives its first boost of oxygen.
In today's video, we'll go through 5 simple morning stretches that help your muscles recover naturally and keep your body strong without pain.
These movements are designed for seniors, gentle enough for any level, yet powerful enough to bring back flexibility, circulation, and confidence.
If you're watching on your TV or phone, stand up with me now. Find a bit of space, roll your shoulders back, and let's start together because the morning energy you create now can carry you through the whole day.
Number 1. Overhead stretch.
Let's begin with a movement that seems simple but carries enormous benefits for your muscles, lungs, and brain.
Start by standing tall with your feet hip-width apart. Slowly raise your arms above your head. Reach upward as if you're trying to touch the ceiling, and take a deep breath in for 5 seconds. As your hands lift, feel your ribs open, your shoulders loosen, and your chest expand. That expansion isn't just a stretch, it's your lungs waking up. When we lift our arms this way, we stretch the muscles between the ribs and along the spine, allowing the lungs to expand more fully. That extra space increases oxygen intake and blood flow to the brain, gently improving alertness and balance. At the same time, the movement lengthens the shoulder and upper back muscles, areas that often tighten during sleep. The result is a powerful yet gentle reset for the entire upper body. Many people rush this movement, pulling their arms up too fast or arching their lower back to reach higher. That can cause dizziness or tension in the spine. The right way is slow and steady. Keep your shoulders down. Breathe evenly through your nose, and imagine a string pulling you gently upward from the crown of your head. The purpose isn't to stretch far, it's to stretch fully, with control and awareness. If you ever feel your shoulders creeping up toward your ears, pause and relax. Lower them slightly. Breathe again, and feel the difference. When the chest opens smoothly, circulation improves across the upper body, and oxygen delivery to your brain becomes more efficient. Physiotherapists call this type of movement thoracic expansion. It's not just about flexibility, it's about reactivating the connection between the diaphragm, lungs, and brain. Studies have shown that gentle chest-opening stretches can reduce morning blood pressure spikes by promoting better oxygen-carbon dioxide balance. Something most people don't know is that this stretch also helps regulate your posture reflex. As you reach upward, tiny sensors along your spine signal your brain that the body is upright and stable. These same reflexes control balance, so this simple reach can subtly retrain your nervous system every morning. Once you're comfortable with the basic motion, you can make it more effective with a small adjustment. After each 5-second inhale, hold the stretch for another 2 seconds. Then lean slightly to the left. Return to center, and lean to the right. This gentle side bend activates the intercostal muscles, the thin bands between your ribs improving lung expansion and flexibility in the torso. Think of it as giving your ribs a wider range to breathe. That's your advanced version, perfect once your body feels ready. Never force the lean. It should feel like a calm sway, not a strain. After finishing, let your arms fall slowly to your sides. Take a deep breath and notice how your chest feels lighter and your head clearer. That's circulation returning to its rhythm. And now that your upper body is awake and oxygen is flowing freely, it's time to bring movement to the body's power center, the hips. When your hips move, the whole body begins to follow. Number 2, hip rotation.
Now that the upper body is open and breathing freely, let's move to the center of strength of your hips.
This is where stability, coordination, and confidence in movement all begin. When your hips are stiff, every other part of the body compensates. Your lower back tightens, your knees work harder, and even your balance suffers. That's why waking up the hips each morning is one of the best ways to restore muscle strength naturally. Start by standing tall with your hands resting lightly on your hips. Keep your feet shoulder-width apart, and your knees slightly soft, not locked. Begin to draw gentle circles with your hips 5 in one direction, then 5 in the other. Move slowly like you're tracing a smooth ring in the air. Feel the motion spreading warmth through your lower back, your glutes, and the muscles deep inside your pelvis. This small movement activates muscles you may not even realize are there: the hip flexors, gluteus medius, and the deep stabilizers that keep you steady when walking or turning. It also increases blood circulation in the pelvic region, improving nutrient delivery to the joints and surrounding tissues. From a neurological perspective, hip rotation is fascinating. Inside your joints are tiny receptors called proprioceptors, sensors, that tell your brain where your body is in space. When you move your hips in a circle, those sensors send fresh information to your nervous system, helping your brain fine-tune balance and coordination. That's why this movement is so effective for preventing falls. It literally refreshes your internal GPS every morning. A common mistake is rotating too quickly or using the upper body to create the motion. If your shoulders or chest are moving a lot, slow down. The power should come from your hips, not your arms or spine. Another mistake is tightening your abdomen, which restricts motion. Instead, keep the core engaged but relaxed, allowing the hips to glide smoothly. The goal is flow, not force. Think of your hips as the hinge between stability and freedom, steady, yet flexible. When you do this correctly, you'll feel warmth spreading across the lower back and thighs within a minute. That warmth isn't just comfort. It's your circulation improving. Physical therapists often describe this as waking up the pelvic bowl, the foundation for movement and posture. For an advanced version, once you feel comfortable, try lowering your stance slightly, a small half squat. As you rotate your hips from this position, your thighs and glutes must work harder to support you, strengthening those large muscle groups that help you walk, climb stairs, and stay independent. Move slowly and breathe steadily throughout. What makes this exercise special is how it connects the brain and body. Every slow circle is an act of communication. Your nerves send signals, your muscles respond, and the loop strengthens over time. That's how mobility improves, not suddenly, but gradually, with practice and awareness. When your hips begin to loosen, you'll notice your posture naturally straightens, and your steps feel lighter. That's your body remembering how to move freely again. And now that the center of your body is awake, let's bring flexibility to the part that holds and supports it, all the spine. A gentle forward bend can relieve tension, improve blood flow to the brain, and help you feel centered for the day ahead. Number 3, forward bend.
Now that your hips are warm and loose, it's time to awaken the long, powerful muscles that run along your back.
They carry your weight, protect your spine, and send crucial signals between your body and brain. This movement, the gentle forward bend, helps these muscles regain their flexibility and encourages fresh blood to reach your brain. Start by standing straight with your feet shoulder-width apart. Take a slow breath in. Then, as you exhale, begin to bend forward from the hips, not the waist. Let your arms hang naturally and allow gravity to do most of the work. Your knees can stay slightly bent to prevent strain. Try to reach toward your knees, your shins, or the floor wherever your body comfortably allows. The goal is not to force the stretch, but to let your back lengthen naturally with each breath. When you bend forward, blood flows downward through the spine and toward the brain, refreshing oxygen supply and releasing tension that builds during sleep. This gentle inversion also stretches the hamstrings and the large muscles at the back of your legs, which in turn reduces pull on your lower back. Together, this creates a wave of relaxation from your neck to your heels. It's easy to let your shoulders cave in or your upper back take over the movement, but that limits the stretch. That compresses the chest and restricts breathing. Instead, hinge from your hips and keep your spine long, as if you were bowing forward gracefully. Another mistake is locking the knees or forcing yourself to reach the floor. There's no prize for distance. The benefit comes from movement, not depth. If you ever feel lightheaded, rise slowly and rest. The stretch should feel like release, not struggle. Neuroscientists have found something fascinating about this posture when the spine bends and blood flow increases to the brain. The nervous system receives a wave of sensory feedback. This enhances communication between the spinal cord and the cerebellum, the region that manages coordination and movement precision. In other words, stretching your back doesn't just make you more flexible, it also helps your brain process motion more accurately. For an advanced version, once you're comfortable bending forward, hold the lowest point of your stretch for 5 seconds. Then, as you rise, roll your spine upward slowly 1 vertebra at a time until you're standing tall again. This slow rolling up action activates the deep stabilizing muscles along your spine, training both strength and control. Think of it as teaching your back to lift you up, not just bend you down. After completing the movement, stand quietly for a moment. Feel how your body responds, your back lighter, your breathing deeper, your mind clearer. That's the nervous system recalibrating. As the tension in your back melts away, you may notice your steps feel easier and your balance steadier. That's the body's way of saying thank you. Now that your spine and legs are flexible and aligned, it's time to activate the muscles that give you strength with every step, the thighs and hips. The next movement will help you regain control, stability, and confidence in how you move through your day. Number 4. Knee lift hold.
With your spine now relaxed and your hips open, let's move to the muscles that keep you upright and mobile, the thighs and the hip flexors.
These are the engines of your movement. When they weaken, walking becomes slower, balance wobbles, and simple tasks like stepping up a curb can feel harder than they should. This movement, the knee lift hold, is designed to awaken those muscles gently but powerfully. It trains not only strength but also coordination, the way your brain sends signals to stabilize your body with each lift. Start by standing tall, your feet about shoulder-width apart. Place one hand lightly on a wall or the back of a chair for support if needed. As you inhale, slowly raise your right knee until it's about level with your hip. Hold that position for 3 seconds, then exhale and lower it softly. Switch sides and repeat. Alternate this motion 10 times on each leg as you lift. Keep your torso straight and your gaze forward. Imagine a string gently pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. You should feel the muscles in your lower abdomen and thighs working together, holding your balance. What often happens here is that people lift the knee too high or lean backward to compensate. That shifts pressure to the lower back and defeats the purpose of the exercise. Instead, keep the movement small, steady, and under control. Let the strength come from your hips and core, not from momentum. Another subtle error is gripping the shoulders or tightening the jaw while balancing. When you do that, your nervous system interprets the movement as stress, not stability. Keep your breath calm and your face relaxed. This helps your brain learn that balance is safe. From a neurological point of view, this exercise is remarkable. Every time you lift a leg, tiny receptors in your muscles and tendons called motor neurons and proprioceptors fire signals to your spinal cord and brainstem. They tell your brain, "This is where my body is. This is how I'm holding it." Over time, those repeated signals retrain the nervous system, improving stability and preventing falls. It's like polishing the communication line between brain and muscle. After your balance begins to feel steady, try introducing a small twist reaching the opposite hand to the lifted knee. Lift your right knee and reach your left hand across to touch it, then switch sides. This diagonal coordination activates both hemispheres of the brain simultaneously, the same neural pattern used for walking and maintaining rhythm. It's a simple way to keep your balance system sharp while strengthening your core. If your balance feels unsteady at first, keep one hand resting on a stable surface until your confidence grows. The goal isn't perfection. It's small, consistent improvement every day. After a week of practice, most people notice their steps becoming lighter and more controlled. That's the sign your nervous system and muscles are beginning to work together again. Once your core muscles and legs are fully engaged, it's time to turn our attention to the smaller joints, the wrists and ankles where circulation begins and ends. These tiny areas play a huge role in keeping the whole body alive with movement. Number 5. Wrist and ankle rotation.
Now that your major muscles are fully awake, let's turn our attention to the small joints that quietly support you all day long, your wrists and ankles.
These are the gateways of circulation, the places where movement begins and where it often slows first with age. Keeping them flexible not only improves blood flow to your hands and feet, but also strengthens the nervous connection between the limbs and the brain. Stand or sit comfortably. Extend your arms forward and gently rotate both wrists in slow, circular motions. Make 5 circles in one direction, then 5 in the other. Feel the subtle warmth building in your forearms and palms as the joints loosen. Then, shift your focus to the ankles. Lift one foot slightly off the floor and rotate it slowly, tracing smooth circles in the air. Switch sides after 20 seconds. These small movements may look simple, but they play a crucial role in maintaining muscle function and balance. When you move the joints at the body's edges, you stimulate tiny nerve endings called mechanoreceptors. They send rapid feedback to the spinal cord and brain about position, tension, and movement. This communication keeps your nervous system responsive to the foundation of coordination and reflexes. It's easy to rush through this motion or make large, jerky circles that strain the tendons. Keep the rotation small and smooth, as if you're painting perfect little circles in the air. Another habit to avoid is tensing the shoulders or clenching the hands while moving. Relax your grip. Breathe softly and allow the motion to flow from within the joint itself. What's remarkable is how these small circles influence the entire body. When blood starts moving freely through your hands and feet, your heart doesn't have to work as hard to return blood upward. This improves overall circulation and reduces morning swelling or numbness in the fingers and toes. Physical therapists often describe this as warming the gateways, helping energy and oxygen circulate evenly from head to toe. If you want to take it a step further, you can combine both movements, rotating your wrists and ankles at the same time. This engages your coordination and forces both sides of your brain to work together to maintain rhythm. Start slow, keep your breathing calm, and you'll feel a gentle wave of energy spreading through your limbs. Another variation, once you feel steady, is to rotate your right wrist with your left ankle, then switch. It may seem like a small brain teaser at first, but that's the point. You're not just moving your joints, you're training your neural circuits to stay sharp and synchronized. When done correctly, these tiny rotations create a sensation of warmth that travels upward, a sign that blood is circulating, oxygen is reaching your tissues, and the nervous system is fully engaged.
Now that the smaller joints are awake and every part of your body is connected from core to limb, take a deep breath and notice how you feel lighter, steadier, more present.
And as your body stands ready for the day, let's bring all these movements together in one final reflection. A reminder of how simple habits can quietly rebuild strength, confidence, and vitality after 60. As we reach the end of this morning routine, take a moment to notice what's changed. Your breathing feels smoother, your body lighter, and your mind a little clearer. These are small shifts, but they matter. They're signs that your muscles, nerves, and circulation are beginning to speak the same language again. The truth is, strength after 60 isn't about lifting heavy weights or pushing limits. It's about teaching your body to move with awareness, to wake up gently, and to keep the pathways between brain and muscle alive. Every stretch you've just done sends a signal that your body is still capable, adaptable, and eager to heal itself. It only takes 10 minutes each morning to remind your muscles how to work for you again. With time, these gentle movements restore elasticity to your joints, improve balance, and bring energy back into your day. The key is consistency, not intensity. Think of these stretches as a daily conversation with your body. You don't need to force it or rush it. You just need to listen, move, and breathe. When you do, your body listens back with steadier steps, calmer mornings, and a stronger heart. So tomorrow, before you reach for your phone or your coffee, take a few minutes to stand tall. Breathe deeply and move. Let each motion remind you that aging doesn't mean slowing down. It means learning to move smarter. If this video inspired you to start your mornings with more energy and strength, share it with a friend who might need the same boost. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe, so we can keep building a community that stays active, strong, and confident one stretch at a time.